So now that Rick got back together with Morty, only due to the fact that his crows betrayed him, he decides to take Morty to the Citadel in order to de-age him.
Brace yourself, the process does also break every bone in your body. Wait!
And while at the Citadel, they end up meeting President Morty for dinner. Then at dinner, President Morty reveals to Rick and Morty that he is actually Evil Morty, the same one I mentioned earlier. And he explains the reason that he's evil is because he wants to take down the central finite curve. This causes Morty, and probably some of you, to wonder what is the central finite curve. I'll answer that soon. And Rick seems disturbed that Evil Morty is aware of what the central finite curve is, and makes the connection that Evil Morty got a full brain scan of him during their encounter with Evil Rick back in season 1 episode 10, which is one of the episodes I mentioned earlier. Us as the audience were already aware of Evil Morty doing this, but Rick and Morty weren't up to this point. After revealing all of this, Evil Morty uses Rick's brain scan to show Morty how Rick's treat Mortys as disposable across the multiverse. Wow. And right after this reveal, Evil Morty hacks all portal gun travel and lets Rick and Morty leave his office. Rick is worried and assumes that Evil Morty is going to use the knowledge which was scanned from his brain in order to break the central finite curve. And Morty still has no idea what that means because Rick hasn't explained. So he gets annoyed that Rick isn't giving him any straight answers, which causes Rick to decide, screw it. And by using the brain scan device he stole from Evil Morty's desk on his way out of his office, he lets Morty see his entire backstory of the time before he began living with him and essentially adopted him as a grandson, which is the same scene I mentioned earlier in this video. After seeing Rick's backstory, Morty feels bad, but Evil Morty then shows up and instantly begins to reveal what the central finite curve actually is. He explains how Rick separated all universes where he's the smartest person from all the ones where he's not, and how the suffering of countless Mortys is a result of this, all because Rick views himself as a victim due to his wife and kid dying. And Evil Morty no longer wants a part of it, so he decides he's going to break free from this limited branch of reality and explore the multiverse.